What is up, what is up, what is up, what is up, guys? Here it is, your boy Kagi, back at it again with a new video. And in this video, I bring you Michael Wagner, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to update us just a little bit about what's going on in Star Atlas during this week and the future of Star Atlas maybe in the next, couple weeks, 1 month, 2 months, and what to expect in the next coming days and stuff like that. Sort of like a mini town hall. So welcome, Wagner. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for being here.
What's up, Kagi? Yeah, my pleasure, man. It's always good to chat with you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Enjoying a lot the trailer, and bro, let's just jump right into the trailer, man. That trailer is absolutely amazing. Let me tell you. I had a question right from the beginning. Is that trailer it's not Unreal Engine 5, right? Not yet.
That's right. That's not in-engine. That's a cinematic trailer. But a lot of the assets that were produced for that, which are really CAD-based assets, we have the potential to import those directly into Unreal Engine. So not just important from like a product development standpoint that this is not really a one-off promotional campaign. We're actually creating sub-products that can be used within the game when we get there. And the real intent was to demonstrate that that cinematic quality, hyper-realistic quality that we're going to have access to as a result of building an Unreal Engine.
And the storyline as well, kind of like how rich it can be, right? In terms of story and lore. Is that something you guys are looking into in terms of lore? Like, how does it, I mean, the white paper does have it, of course, but are you guys going deeper into that or not yet? Or you guys kind of have already laid it out?
No, it's a good question. I mean, a lot of the lore has been written, developed by Danny Floyd himself. We are looking at bringing on authors, sci-fi authors that can help us develop out this storyline over time. There's been some cool campaigns run in the public too, kind of a public lore contribution competition where people were able to contribute their own stories. I don't know what the status of that is, but certainly, lore development is something that we'll be putting a heavy emphasis into going into the future. For the time being, we're really focused on delivering some of the web experiences, gameplay, financial mechanics, and just making sure people are aware of the project. But yes, there will be a lot of effort going into lore creation over time.
Absolutely, yeah. That trailer was amazing, man. Like, the first one, the first time I saw it, it was, it was short. I was in between many people, but then I watched it again. It actually gave me goosebumps. And at the moment, I was being real. I was like, whatever. But then I watched it again, and I understood how you guys were feeling about, like, what the hell? How is Kagi not feeling this? But then I watched it with my headphones, and it just felt like I'm at the movies, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy. And this one was even better. It just took you to that next level, and I think that's something you guys been doing from the beginning with the posters as well. The posters, it's all been an experience, which is something that maybe a lot of people overlook in terms of they're just NFT, this and that. But I think out of everything that I have seen in terms of NFTs and gaming and all of that, this has been, although it's at a very basic level right now, the actual game. It's been an experience, that's for sure. I can guarantee you. I can tell you that myself, with all honesty. Now, you guys just released Land, bro. We talked about Land. I did see some of it in the trailer. I saw some beach, something like that. I know we talked about this before. Back in the a couple months ago, maybe I mentioned something like, what about a beach bringing the Earth into space? And then I see it here. I'm like, for sure you guys thought about this. This is not something I brought up, but I was right. I was right. It's possible, man. So that looks really cool. And now you guys release Land. Is that part of the Land? Is that gonna be
Yeah, let me clarify. So we, kind of circling back to all of the experiences that have been created year to date, which, despite the fact that people are very anxious to get in and start playing the game, I think it's important to note here that we've developed every component of what we've released from scratch. And that started with the marketplace that we launched back in April, right? And then the rebirth campaign, and then enhancements to the marketplace, and then full DEX integration, and then, delivery of interactive components, even like the new website, the new game economic paper, and of course the cinematic teaser trailer, and then the full trailer release. It's to give people this sense of immersion of what is to come in the future, while we continue to build on the gaming concept itself, which is progressing quite nicely, I'm happy to say. But I would clarify that the land that has been released, it was associated with rebirth rewards. And so for anyone that maybe isn't familiar, that was a 14-week campaign. Each week we released a new poster, and you were able to attain various tier levels of rewards based on completing the set of posters up to that tier. And so a lot of the tier reward structure was accompanied by land assets, which included like mining equipment, mining drills, the land claim itself. We haven't actually launched land yet. We won't be selling land until we get a bit closer to the land production gameplay loop. Fortunately, that's coming. We should have, try not to put dates on anything, but
don't do it.
What I'll say is that the immediate focus is on ship missions and getting the new Star Atlas DAO released, so governance, as well as the ability to earn emissions off of your polis that's staked, as well as managing that treasury. But those are kind of the two major priorities right now that we've been spending the most time on. Not to downplay the release that came out yesterday, Tuesday of this week, which was kind of the final polish on our marketplace concept, right? Mm-hmm. So at the same time, we've been building out game features. So the ship missions are coming out first, and then the next phase after that will be land development. And so we'll be releasing more details on land, the economics of land, ability to earn off of it, as well as specifics on the gameplay, following the delivery of ship missions.
Yeah, and if you guys want to read a little bit more about land, I'm going to leave the link down below. There's a Medium. I also have a video, but, my English is all over the place, so maybe you guys want to read it. But there's a lot of interesting information there, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see. What else? Tomorrow there's a sale, man. There's a sale tomorrow. Let me see.
Yeah, so the first one, we tried to stage these, by the way. This is also intentional. It's not to keep you on the site longer. It's because we don't want people to have to scramble and try to decide and make a rapid decision without being able to research what it is that they're actually buying. Mm-hmm. So we staged these out 1 hour apart. And so tomorrow at 8 a.m. PST, so this is Thursday the 7th, 8 a.m. PST, the Pierce F4 will come out, and then shortly thereafter the Greenator will come out. Well, 1 hour later the Greenator will come out. We did put a pause also on releasing ships for a couple of weeks. Now, maybe just to clarify on that, our original roadmap called for really the completion of the features that came out yesterday to be rolled out shortly after we closed the token generation event. So September 7th is when we really projected to have that full feature complete set released. This is developing on the fringe, man. We are pioneering
on the go, man.
The outer edges. We're building a spaceship and we're flying it at the same time. And so anyway, because we didn't have things like ship missions readily available, we wanted to put a pause on ship sales, because we're very much focused on ensuring that all of the assets have utility and that we're actually following through on those promises of, hey, you're buying an NFT, you want to be able to earn with that NFT. And so let's make sure that feature is available. So timelines have gotten stretched, but when we were able to reassess that, we made the determination, look, we don't need to sell any more ships right now. We'll wait until we get a little bit closer. I will say though, now that we're kicking those back on, you'll actually see a new ship come out from us every couple of days. So we're reactivating that process now in the lead up to the release of this new ship mission module.
Absolutely, man. And let me congratulate you with the website, man. It looks beautiful. It's working way better now, in terms of the UI. Now you can see the price of the spaceship. Now you guys have locked people out from trading stuff that has been dropped before. In the poster sale, that some people didn't understand this, that some people could put their assets for sale, and they're buying these assets that are not from the Star Atlas team. This is very important, and you guys closed it down. I mean, these are things that you kind of learn as you go. So I did see the price there. I was like, that's good, bro. I wanted to address something real quick with the team, right? You guys have a full team on the website. I saw a video from another YouTuber, not gonna mention him. Actually, he should actually make a interview with you, to be honest, so he understands a little bit more. And he kind of mentioned couple of team members. You guys want to expand by next year to a lot of people, right? I imagine like 400.
Sure.
I think you said it in a town hall meeting on Discord. What's your perspective on that? How you guys are looking at this?
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't know the video that you're referring to, but I think Kagi. I've never turned down an interview with anybody, and I don't care if it's tough questions or not. That's the reason why we host the town halls. Those are open Q&As. We don't pre-screen anybody. It's open forum for anybody to come and ask questions or criticize or express their concerns. We're happy to walk people through all of that. So just on that end, I'm always open to take a conversation with someone about whether it's positive or negative feedback on the product. But we did grow substantially over this year. Co-founders, 4 people back in December, up to really about 80 that are on the internal team, and another 40 that we're working with as either third-party integrators or partners or service providers of some sort. But that said, though, in early September, we onboarded a new chief of HR, human resources, with a couple of mandates. One of those is on kind of compliance and international employment. Another is related to incentivizing employees. But really, the most critical aspect of what he's working on right now is talent acquisition. And so just since we brought him on, we've probably hired another 10 people, I would say. So since September, I think we've hired somewhere around 6 to 10 people. I don't have the exact number, but fully anticipate growing our every department up to 400 or 500 people by this time next year.
I'm excited.
So at least a 4 or 5x increase in human resources. But for anyone that's ever managed a business, or as a manager of people, identifying and finding, locating, and recruiting people can be challenging, especially right now. Identifying like roles like game developers, right, or the more sophisticated artists that need to come in to build out game assets. These are roles that can be difficult to fill, but we're actually filling them. And what's really cool about Star Atlas is we've started to create this gravity around ourselves. There's so much interest around the project that we have people that are just flooding in our inbox, with resumes. And so as much as we need to go out and recruit, we have so many people that are interested in working with us because it's just a really cool concept, and it's fun. So very, very promising looking for us in the future. I guess the only other comment I would make is, I've heard some criticism around, if anybody's listed on our site, they do work with us, whether there's like a LinkedIn that's updated or not. I don't even really go on my LinkedIn ever, right? So
I noticed that. Like I noticed a lot of the links that they don't have necessarily the most updated. That doesn't matter. I mean, you guys are putting that out there. Your face is out there. Like it just makes sense. I mean, that's good that people have a doubt. It makes kind of sense, but for me it's like if they have it up there, it's because they're because they're part of it in some type of way, right?
I get it. I get both sides. I mean, I've been in the space forever, and there are scams everywhere, right? Mm-hmm. And not everyone is forthright with what it is that they're actually building and who's working with them. So, I mean, all I can tell you is if you were to contact any of those people, they would tell you that they work at Star Atlas, with Star Atlas, and on Star Atlas. So we're certainly not putting any info out that's misleading or false. But yeah, I mean, it's making sure that like people that are new employees, making sure that they have their professional sites updated to reflect the fact that they're working with Star Atlas. That's pretty low priority for us. We care more about what it is that they're working on than their kind of public presence.
All right. So last segment, I know we're already at 15 minutes, and thank you, man, for this interview again. The minigame. What's next with the minigame, and what faction do you choose? Because you're playing around on Twitter, man. Like, oh, did I choose this? Did I choose? Come on, man. You can't play it like that. You can't be doing that, man.
Well, I'm not going to share the faction that I selected because I don't want to influence anybody out there. Right? So I think really cool. Love the leaderboards are now fully integrated, so you can see not only the individual player leaderboards, but you can see the faction leaderboards. I just love refreshing that page and seeing how many people have selected which faction. You're seeing the breakdown of economic resources. In the not distant future, you'll see a measure of political influence based on how much polis is possessed across those factions and across those players. And then also, I'll say like DAC leaderboards are coming, but that's also really in close connection to the delivery of the Star Atlas DAO. So there are two major items of focus right now. As I said, that's the ship missions, getting that out, and then also releasing the DAO so people can participate in governance and participate in financial rewards through being involved in governance. So those are the next major things to come out. Now, when the DAO comes out, we're actually we're working on a framework right now that will allow for one-click deployments of DAOs, or no-code UI for DAOs. So, imagine you're a guild and you'd like to set up a decentralized treasury and guild governance. You'll be able to go onto our site, essentially select a few features or governance protocols that you want. You select those and just hit create, and your DAO will be created. And now you have not only your clan, but all of the governance and treasury management features to allow you to operate as a decentralized autonomous organization. Yeah. And then that will all be tied into DAC leaderboards. So those are the pieces that we're trying to kind of coordinate right now for delivery. But yeah, those are the major focuses.
I did see a big partnership. This is the last thing. The importance of partnerships like YGG, right? Because these are pillars of the community. Some people, sometimes they don't understand this, and many other games, right? Like, oh, why do they, you give them like this. For me, these are pillars of the community. Is there any other pillars of the community like YGG coming in the future that you guys are working on? Because that makes the game more bullish. What people got to understand is that these people are not here to flip, right? I might be flipping a few things here and there, selling some of my tokens because I'm at a personal level, right? But these people are not looking to do that necessarily. They're looking to actually create a real business, big business, right? That benefits everybody. So is there any other people that you guys are thinking of onboarding other than FTX? They're gonna be flying around like with the FTX on the side.
There's a lot of big ones. Probably a list too long to go through, but I mean, Animoca, we've made an announcement about them in the past. They're in the midst of making a selection of assets to purchase so they can operate within the metaverse. Republic, who we work with on our economic analysis, they're an advisor of ours. They operate Republic Realm Fund, which is also a metaverse fund. They're buying some assets right now to be deployed. Maybe just give a mention to a couple of the established guilds in our Discord, which include like Afia Industries, Interstellar Alliance, Rome. Those are the three that stand out the most. And I know that they've made substantial purchases of assets from us and ready to play. The whole thing, though, and this kind of ties back into some comments I've made around pricing of assets, which they get expensive, right? We'll see ships that sell for greater than $1 million. We'll see ships that sell for probably $5 to $10 million. Land assets on space stations that can sell greater than $10 million. But we're creating an environment for aspirational wealth and for the potential for collective, call it collaboration of individuals to accomplish greater results for themselves, right? So these ships that are like $5 million, they can host 1,000 players. It could be your central base as a guild, and so we really want to cultivate and facilitate the growth of guilds and community participation with one another. That's we think it's going to underpin the game. This collectivism that will exist. I also actually would be remiss if I didn't say that we do have some big conversations in the works with groups that are out of Brazil, and it's one of our fastest growing communities. It might be our largest right now, at least in terms of web traffic. And man, Brazil is amped for Star Atlas. So yeah, we're trying to support and cultivate that as well.
Very, very nice, man. Very nice. I do also have a friend. They're called Real Deal Guild. I'm actually partnered with them in some of the Axie things. But they also have a lot of assets in Star Atlas as well. And I'm probably gonna collaborate with them. I'm doing my strategy behind the scenes and stuff like that, and that's all part of the game, like you said. This is a moment to kind of look at the land and see where you're going, test things, and see where you're not gonna be at. To be honest, kind of like eliminate where little by little, and kind of find your spot within the Star Atlas world. A lot of people are asking me like, bro, can I fly your spaceship? Can I do this? Can I do that? I'm like, wait. I'm still like kind of like looking, kind of like what's going on. So
yeah.
So
I should also mention Final Frontier, sorry, because I know they've been really active as well. And what reminded me is just seeing all of this interaction on Twitter between guilds and like guild recruiting. It's amazing, man. And this is why I love, decentralized communities and open source technology. We have people that are, they're putting together research reports, they're putting together guidelines, and walkthroughs on how to purchase assets. You do it as well, right? You've done it for us as well. But it's just cool to see all of this community contribution to the greater good so people can understand how to participate in what it is that we're building. But really, really cool. Definitely plenty of guilds out there to at least get started with.
Yeah, man. Damn, but you know what? Like, I was gonna tell you that this is it, but there's just one more thing, man. The sniper, man. That sniper, you can't do that to me, bro. I come from FPS, but when I saw that image from that sniper, I was like, bro, I just started dreaming, like, what can I do with this, right? I just want to tell you, man, I just hope, you guys think about, like, kind of like the FPS side of things, where the PvP players, I can shoot somebody, or or a little monster. If you guys are thinking of that in the future, I just want to tell you that people will enjoy that, right? I know a lot of people like to play the land asset management side of things. This is gonna have a lot of that, a lot of economic things, but also the things that you can do in the game. I'm looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to that.
I've got to give you at least one leak, I think. So I'll just because you're talking about first person shooters, and we do want to emphasize that modal of gameplay that's going to be years. I don't know about years, but it's going to be down the line when we get further along in Unreal Engine development. But Danny's going to kill me. But we've got a kind of a Monster Hunter concept that we're working on right now, where you can go wrangle some monsters on planets and pick up resources and badges and stuff like that. So
hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And I imagine the bullets is going to cost you a little bit. You can craft them as well in some type of way. I mean, it could just get very, very, and that's why I've been telling people, you can literally, I was talking yesterday in Spanish in a stream, and I was telling these guys, I was saying, look, you can decide whatever you want. If we get big enough, and we will get big enough little by little, we're gonna have so many careers, and that's in the white paper as well. I mean, if you could be like literally the person that crafts bullets, and that's it. If there's ever bullet crafting or whatever, or the person that transports fuel, and that's the only thing you do. And I was telling them maybe going vertical is better than going horizontal and doing many things. Your strategy, you kind of strategize around what you want to do in the future. But man, I'm excited. I know this is a tough project. I know it for a fact, but I'm sticking with you guys. I want this stuff to succeed, man. I want it, because this is gonna be one of those games that people are gonna look back and they're gonna say, "Holy fucking shit! Wow, it's incredible." It's gonna change. If this comes out the way we're all thinking, everybody that is envisioning this, because it's not only the team, that's very, very important. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm not that bullish because it's so hard, blah blah. I'm like, it's a vision, man. It's a vision that you have to align with the vision and say, we can do this, because it's as a whole. It's not like, oh, the team can do this, and then when they do it, I join. No, you have to come in to do it with them. That's the whole point. If not, I would be the same. Like, okay, yeah, the vision. Okay, let them do the vision, and then I come. Right? Like, no, the whole thing is doing it together, and it creates a stronger, vision, because everybody's, collaborating to make this grow. And I love it. I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah, I love that philosophy. I think that's the right approach. I mean, again, kind of circling back to decentralized ecosystems and open source technology, it's about everybody contributing in their own way. And what's novel about operating in the blockchain space is people can actually be financially rewarded for that activity as well. Finding ways to improve the product externally that also leads to financial reward for themselves. But the future is going to be really cool for the metaverse when it becomes fully driven by content creators all around the world. It's even though we're building up this massive team and we're focused on delivering this AAA quality product and vision, at some point in the future, anyone in the world is going to be able to contribute to the metaverse and make it a little bit of their own, right? And so we'll have efforts from people all over the world that see this thing, I think, get developed much faster than what some people are anticipating. So
Absolutely.
very exciting.
Yeah. And to end it off right here, thank you, man, for this interview. Again, like as always, you always take time to do it with me, man. I appreciate that, man, for giving me that time. Whenever you're like, yo, let's do it. At the end of the day, man, I'm bullish on this game. I'm bullish on this vision. I'm bullish on everything, and I think Star Atlas is not only doing something for Star Atlas, it's also doing something for the space because it's pushing the bar. We have a lot of little things out there, crappy little things, and it's pushing the bar. It's pushing all the way up here, and at least these projects that are down here have to at least go here because if not, and so you guys are doing a service to the entire NFT industry, in my opinion. So thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Always good to chat with you, man. Anytime, happy to jump on. And like I said, that goes for anybody. I mean, willing to take on any of the hard questions. So I've never backed down from a face-to-face interview with anybody. So, but yeah, I always appreciate the coverage and love that you're optimistic on Star Atlas. We obviously are as well, and look forward to seeing you out there, man, in the metaverse.
All right, man.